Welcome back to the Aussie Prepper channel and welcome back to another video. Today we will be talking about edibles that you should be stockpiling for when stuff does go wrong. Now this doesn't have to be an end of the world scenario. This could be as simple as another COVID. We have lived through it in 2021. You've seen how fast things go bad. It did not take long for people to be fighting in the shops over toilet paper, which was absolutely ridiculous. And I do not know what it was like where you were living, but here, right here where I'm living today, we had rationing. So I could not just walk into the shops and buy cartons of eggs or mincemeat or chicken or any sort of other meat products or a lot of other products. There were rations. You could only buy 1 kilo of mincemeat. You could only buy 1 kilo of chicken meat. You could only buy 1 packet of toilet paper if there was any available in the shops. So we had rations and a lot of the shelves in the shops were empty within days. So let's have a quick look at what you should be keeping in your cupboards, and also all the stuff that we'll talk about today will last 20 years or longer if stored correctly. Do not be too concerned about use by dates on cans and dried goods. They're merely a recommendation and there are a best before date. For example, rice will easily store 20 to 30 years if stored correctly. However, the use by date might only be 3 or 4 years or maybe 5 years, but you can easily store it for 20. There's no problems at all. And what I also recommend you doing is your rations like rice, rotate it around. So in your day-to-day living, use the stuff that you've had the longest and replace it with new stuff that you put at the back of the shelf so that you're rotating your supplies. You don't have to buy 10 kilos of rice and just leave it there. You can use it and then add another kilo to the back of it once you've used that 1 kilo of rice. So you've got a rotating supply. You don't have to keep the same batch of rice for 10 years or 20 years. You can use it and just replace it. Just keep a certain amount of stock, whatever you deem to be appropriate for your circumstances. So let's go through the list of stuff that will keep 20 years or longer without any problems if stored correctly. This stuff is in no particular order and some of it might not apply to you because you might not like it. Okay, stockpile stuff that you're actually going to use and eat. Don't stockpile stuff that you hate. So the first one I recommend, and like I said, these are in no particular order, is dry pasta and pasta sauce. The next one is rice. Rice easily stores 20 plus years without any problems at all and without reducing in quality or taste. Next up, we've got dried beans, lentils and peas, and these can also be had in cans. For protein, you can have canned meat or canned fish. Now, I must say I'm not a fan of canned meat. I generally do not eat canned meat and I do not stockpile canned meat. I do enjoy tuna in cans and I do have quite a supply of tuna on hand. I'm not a fan of canned meat and I would prefer, if it comes to that, to be hunting my own meat. If the stores run out of supplies, I will get my own meat or I will go fishing and catch my own fish. Hopefully the world will not be in such a state where I can't go fishing or can't go hunting. Another item to stock up on is powdered milk. Powdered milk has a lot of uses and it provides a lot of energy and it stores for 20 years plus without any problems. And while we're talking about powdered milk, you can take that to the next level and stockpile some protein powders. Just plain protein powder. It doesn't have to be the bodybuilder flavored protein powders with all the additives that you get in your supplement shop. I'm talking about just pure whey protein powder that you can buy in bulk. And you can virtually live off whey protein powder for a very, very long time. And you can buy that stuff in 20 kilo bags if you shop around online. Now personally, I also like to keep a bit of a stock of vitamins, just a multivitamin or whatever vitamins that you like to take. keep a good stock of them, and again, rotate them around. Buy them when they're on special and rotate them around. Use the oldest ones that you've got and replace them with new stock. And always make sure you got 6 to 12 months on hand, which isn't really a lot. Let's say if you're taking 1 tablet of multivitamin a day, that's like 365 tablets. That's like maybe 3 or 4 bottles. So really it's not a lot to keep on hand, and it'll keep you going for about 12 months for one person. Now, as mentioned before, any canned goods, anything in cans will last 10, 20, 30 years without any problems. Just make sure the can is in good condition. Make sure the cans aren't dented or damaged, because that could damage the lining inside the can, which will then affect whatever's stored in the can and possibly make it go bad. I also recommend keeping a bunch of bottled water on hand, just in case your water supply gets contaminated. I do have tank water that I drink and live off, but that could easily get contaminated by something and make it undrinkable. So therefore, do keep some bottled water or sealed containers of water on hand that will keep you going for a few months should your water supply that you've currently got be compromised. Again, the next one is not something I really have, but cereals. You can store cereals away and you can eat those. I don't eat cereals. It's not something I do, so I don't really store any. But that's just me. You store what you like to eat. Another thing to keep on hand and in mind is if you've got pets, make sure you've got stuff for them to eat. When COVID came around, I had 2 large dogs, and I was having trouble feeding my dogs at times because it was hard to get supplies to feed the dogs. I was going around to 3, 4, 5 different shops buying up scrap meat so I could feed the dogs, which made it very hard at times. So I actually felt more stressed about feeding my dogs than what I was about feeding myself, because I had no problems getting stuff for me, but at that time I was having issues getting stuff for my dog. So make sure you've got some supply for your pets if you've got any. If there's anything major that you believe that I've missed, what I want to do is leave a comment down below and maybe list your favourite prepper storage item down below in the comment section, which might make it into another video, or it will help out those people watching this video and reading the comments. Now, if you enjoyed today's video, do me a favour, give me a big thumbs up, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button for more videos from Aussie Prepper. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.